Linh-chan and Dimi-chan craft art. Hello and welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
Today, Lynn is making another figure from Sword Art Online.
Started online.
Which one is it this time?
Sinon.
Sinon.
With the gun.
With the gun. Because she's cute.
Yeah, she's badass. She's not cute at all.
She's not?
Well, yeah, but not like adorable cute. She's badass cute.
Well, your final rendition of her is definitely cute. So,
yeah.
As usual, you're starting with the head.
Starting with the head.
And the head is composed of two half spheres.
Two half spheres. One is for the face, and the other one is usually the color of the hair.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're just using paper and rolling it up into like a little coil and gluing it together. And the paper I use is about 3mm. And then once in a while I use like a 5, depending on what parts.
So that's the thickness of the strip, right?
Yeah, the thickness of the strip. The length doesn't really matter because you can always add more strips. But yeah, and that's the body. And then that tray there, it's actually like a little mold used to make like either like a half sphere or like a cone, as you can see. And then here making the base to fill in.
So yeah, that cone is her main body.
Yeah, the cone is the main body. And I believe I'm making her legs right now. So the black part is going to be still part of her shorts, and then the beige part is her skin, and then her leggings or her pants, you can say. Oh. And it ripped. Well, it didn't rip, but it undid itself as I was pushing it out. And I don't have, even though I have a mole there and it has a small cone, it's not big enough, or it's not narrow enough for me to make. Angle. Yeah. So I just use a pen, the tip of a pen, instead of buying a tool for that.
Well, your pen has been well used so far, so don't lose it.
Yeah. Well, I started using different pens as well, depending on like what shape I need.
So those that you just finished for the feet?
Yeah, the shoes, the feet.
And these, I believe, are the arms.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Though you've redone them quite a number of times.
Not yet. You can't just say
Well,
this is still
knowing in hindsight.
This is still the first stage of making the arms. But I will eventually, throughout this recording, that I end up remaking the arms like 3 times because I had my measurements written down on a Post-it, and it didn't somehow. The measurement didn't turn out to be the correct size. It turned out to be a lot smaller and shorter. For some reason, so I end up having to like figure out what dimension it's supposed to be. So I end up like having to redo it like several times, but I finally got it.
With the miracle of video editing, it went by in a flash.
Yeah.
So this whole figure took you about 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours to record, yeah.
So sped up 20 times.
Yeah, and normally I do a prototype before. And then I write down all my measurements and stuff like that. And the prototype is the part where I like sit down, figure out how to make it. Yeah. So in that piece of the arm, I added a little elbow cap. Just so when I put the 2 pieces together at a right angle, there's not a hole.
It's like a little joint.
Yeah. To fill up that space.
And the 4 beige pieces on the side, the ones on the bottom are the ears, and the ones on the top are the hands.
Yeah. So in our previous videos, we didn't really talk much about what it is, what quilling is. And we had people asking what it is that I'm doing, like what it is that I'm doing, and what is it that I'm using, and is it just paper? So I guess I just assume that people know what quilling is. Because I found out about quilling very late, and there's a huge community out there that, you know, that sort of exploded with quilling, you know, and there's all sorts of stuff. So.
Well, you're kind of a pioneer doing these anime figures in a way.
Yeah. I haven't found anyone's video or anyone's like images online where they do anime figures yet, so I decided to do it.
Yeah.
And here I'm making the little patch design that is on her sleeves. So I have since with my prototype I have like little stencils of every parts that I need to use. So that actually makes it a lot easier to
make good use of them.
Yeah. So I put it on that tissue paper in the middle there, but it wasn't flat. It was like bumpy. So like my thing wasn't coming out right, so I had to use it. But yeah, that was like a little pattern stripe that goes down her sleeve. So
it's interesting they made the bent arm one in 2 pieces. I thought that was a good idea. Like right here, you cut it off and then you add another.
Well, if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it right? And then on one arm, she has sort of like a little band going across, just on one arm.
Yeah, her costume design is quite detailed.
Yeah, her costume design is very detailed and very sexy. Like, she's really not wearing much.
Anime aesthetic.
Yeah.
So here you're attaching the hands.
Even though these are like, what, middle school, high school kids?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Slutty.
Attaching the feet.
Attaching them to the feet, yeah.
They stand pretty well on their own.
Yeah.
Add a base.
Yeah.
So you do add a base later on.
I do add a base later on. And then this is sort of like her little tutu top that she's wearing, or like a little corset?
Shirt.
Corset? Is that what it's called? The thing that you wear. Yeah. But filling in the details, so I realized right there I used the wrong color pen. So I had to like dab it away. But yeah, that's sort of like her undershirt that she's wearing, and it's definitely not covering much either. That's why it's like there's a lot of skin showing.
There's a theme in this figure of not showing much.
Yeah.
Not covering much. I think this is the first figure you've made like the base of the body be skin color too, right?
Huh?
Like her body cone.
Oh yeah. Well, because she's showing a lot of skin, and I could make the
like normally you just do the neck, right?
I could make it white. Well, normally I do the neck because the neck is showing as stand. Like I'm doing it based on like an image, you know. And I could make the body white and then cut out certain pieces where the skin is showing to have it show that she has skin, or do it this way. It looks better as if she's actually wearing clothes rather than patching on pieces of skin. It'll look weird. And then that's like her jacket. And I'm dabbing away the excess ink. Because
so
gel pen takes a long time to dry. But they're very nice when you use them.
Oh yeah, the details definitely pop.
It's a really nice green too.
This is the scarf, I believe, right?
Yeah, she has sort of like a little scarf that she's wearing. And it has like a little design on it. There. I showed you. And then this is like the extra of the scarf.
And here you're making like a thicker piece of paper.
I'm making the gun. Do you see the gun next to the scissor?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm making. I don't have black paper, so I use a piece of cardstock that is in the middle, and then just put 2 strips of black paper on top. Because I don't have any thick pieces of black paper. And I need it to be stick so I can like have it stand up. So now this is like 3 layers.
This reminds me of the scene from like Edward Scissorhands. Just like doing the haircuts.
Oh. If only, right?
Well, look, out of nowhere.
I had a lot of trouble cutting it because it's such small details and little, but it turned out good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I believe I'm doing the base now. And this one right here, I use this strip of paper. It's 5mm
to make the base a little thicker.
Yeah. Give it a little something to stand on and support.
I noticed too for the base, you don't glue the pieces together. You just kind of coil them into it themselves.
Yeah.
This is just easier.
It's a lot easier, yes, and because I don't have to sit there and waste time gluing 20 pieces of paper together.
No, this part is mesmerizing.
And at the end, I'm gluing it like this. And also the reason why I don't glue all the individual pieces together is because I'm not pushing it out into a dome or a cone. I'm using it flat, so I'm trying to save myself some time.
I love watching the glue dry in real time, or like in sped up time.
Yeah. And here I'm doing the hair, and the back of the hair usually doesn't have to be the same color as the hair, but I'm just doing that to stay consistent because it's being covered up anyway. Yeah. Yeah,
there's quite a lot of layers that you need to do there.
Yeah, usually I do like 2 or 3 layers, so you don't really see the back of the head at all.
And here you're adding the ears.
Yeah.
And then the second layer. So does doing the hair still bother you, or are you getting better at it so it bothers you less?
I'm getting better at it, but I still don't like it because I have to do tiny pieces. It's not like a big thing, it's like lots of individual stuff. And the hair doesn't always turn out the same when I do my prototype or when I do the recording. The hair, it's always slightly different.
There's still a certain amount of variability in it.
Yeah.
Her bangs? Those are bangs?
No, she has like little hair on the side. Her little like side tassels.
Aren't those called bangs? Oh, I guess bangs is just the top.
They're not bangs. Yeah,
then
bangs.
What is it called?
Her hair on the side. I don't know.
Her side tassels. Let's go with
side
that.
tassels. I really like the color of that hair. And of course, none of the color here are actually like exact to the original. But I mean, gotta use what I have. You know?
Gave her a little volume.
And her little two hair clips that makes no sense.
No. So you need to keep that hair clipped in an awkward way.
That's the thing with like anime. You try not to overthink it. And just take it for it is, because once you start to think about it, it's like, why did that even, why is that even possible?
Just aesthetics.
So there, I'm trying to glue the gun on.
Putting it all together.
Yeah.
Getting the scarf in.
I was trying to be very careful because the head is heavy and it's being attached by a little neck part. So it falls off easily when the glue is still wet. And Elmer's glue does not dry that quickly. But it's the only glue that I have. And it's cheap.
Does the job.
Yeah.
And there she is.
So I realized I forgot a few little minor details. So here I am fixing it up, filling it in. And in the end, I forgot her little 2 black hair clip on her side tassels as well.
That's okay.
But this one is the prototype. And I'm letting the other one dry as I show the prototype. So yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed.
Yep.
Come check back next week for another figure.
Yeah, come back next week for another figure.
And let us know in the comments if you have any
suggestions or
requests.
of your favorite character.
Yeah, let us know. Bye everyone.
Bye.